All right, awesome. It's 4 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started. Let me do a few things here. Just for reference, I am recording this session, so if you are interested in watching it again, or if you have people who weren't able to be on with us, we will show the session again. We'll have it recorded. It'll be under the resources section of the new hub. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, I'm going to take a second here and divert. Head over to wakeupnow.com. I'm going to, I need to start my screen sharing here, so that should help there. You guys should be able to see my screen now. If you can't, shoot me a question or shoot me a comment. Let me know that you can't see the screen. But as I'm going to show here, you can log into the Wake Up Now hub. I'm going to log in with my credentials here. And you'll notice over here in the new hub under resources, if you guys click this, there's a few different options for you to look at. There's forms, logos and print, guides, videos, how-tos. This will be under our video section, and there'll be a section that's specifically for scoophive that you can come and click on here. We have a few videos here. One of them is the scoophive intro video. So if you guys see that right here, I encourage you guys to go ahead and watch that when you get a second, maybe when we're done with the webinar. Watch that scoophive intro video. It gives you a little bit of our thoughts behind why scoophive. It also shows you a few live shots of the app in action. It's a good way to get an overview of what scoophive is about. So that video is in there. This webinar, as we record it, we'll get it put down, we'll get it edited, make it nice and clean for you. And we'll also put that up on the hub for you under your resources section. So very easy. Again, in your new hub under office is the resources section. That's where it will be. Hope you guys are enjoying your new hub, by the way, that launched this past week at our Las Vegas convention. Really positive response. Everybody's loving it, and we're glad we could push it out to you. If you have questions about that, make sure we let us know as well. So to get started, I'm going to go switch over here to my PowerPoint. So give me 1 second. Now, I won't be able to see your questions here for the next little bit. So if you have them, send them to me. I will get them. We'll address them at the end, but we want to be addressing them as we go. I'll just be talking here. So if you have questions, write them down. We'll get to them at the end if we haven't throughout the presentation. So to start to talk about scoophive, we have to first start with Wake Up Now deals. Now, Wake Up Now deals launched in beta, and this was launched in January. So it's been over 6 months since we launched the Wake Up Now deals beta. Since that time, just for you guys who weren't at the conference, just to give you a heads up, we've had over 400 merchants, so different merchants, 400 unique merchants have signed up to join Wake Up Now deals. And that accounts for 4,800 locations across the United States and a few in Japan as well. So it was a successful beta in some form and fashion. But along the way, throughout our beta, we learned a couple things. One of the things we learned is that we wanted our app to be multi-platform. So that means that we couldn't just have an iPhone app. We knew we needed to be able to service those people who had Android as well and be able to give them access to our Wake Up Now Deals platform. We also learned a couple things interesting about the market. One is that we needed mass adoption from everyone to be able to, and when I say everyone, I mean people outside of Wake Up Now as well, in order to really make it take off. And in order to do that, we needed to come up with a new brand. And guys, that's where we came up with the idea for scoophive. So this is a brand that we've tested that's done really well, that resounds with everyone, that relates to them, that will work really well to get the word out about deal savings to the mass public. So that's where scoophive came from. Again, you can see the logo here. Now, scoophive, there's a couple things with it. Scoophive has an iPhone, iPad, and Android app, which is awesome. So all three of them, you can get them. Your Android phones, depending on what they are, they should be able to run it, assuming you're running above Android 2.1. So anybody behind 2.1, you may not be able to run it on Android, but 90% of the phones that have been sold in the last year and a half are all running the requisite operating system to be able to run scoophive. There's an improved search and discovery, so this is something that we're constantly honing and working on, is making it easier to find the places you want to find and making it easy to find them within the app. We've also put in the ability for you to save your favorite deals and your favorite merchants. So I'm going to check out here, guys, real quick. I want to make sure that my sound is good. Don't want to get too far ahead of myself. Cool. So no questions so far about the sound, so that's awesome. I want to make sure that you guys are all hearing me. I didn't want to get too far ahead and be talking to nobody. So we're good. We're all in business here. And so I was talking about the ability to save your deals and your favorite merchants. So that means if you find a deal that you really like, it's one that you're going to use every time you go there, which is what scoophive is designed to do. It's designed to let you use your deals multiple times. So if you want to save that deal so you have quick access to it, no problem. You can save it into your profile. You can also save your favorite merchants, which is pretty cool. You can essentially subscribe to a merchant. So if you have a favorite Mexican restaurant, you have a favorite place you like to shop, you can save them as your favorite merchant, and you can get notifications whenever they have a new deal. So you are aware of their deals, and you are essentially subscribing to any new deals that they offer. Now, we made scoophive free to anyone to use to find deals. Now, that's a clarification we need to make sure we make there. It's free for anyone to find deals. This is not free for anybody to sign up as a merchant. There's still cost for merchants, and we'll talk to that as we go. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves, why make scoophive free to everyone? Why would we do that from a Wake Up Now perspective? Well, we looked at it from a couple angles. The first one was, a good-sized network marketing company is between 500,000 and a million members. So that's a really, really successful network marketing company. It typically has between those numbers. Well, a good deal company, they typically have over 10 million customers. And so in order to attract the merchants and be able to get the most merchants on board with us, we need to find a way to bridge the gap between what network marketing can bring and what a coupon system can bring. So we thought, okay, let's open it up to everybody else. Let's let anybody in the world use scoophive. But before we did that, we also said, how can we use this to benefit Wake Up Now members? How can we turn all these extra users into a benefit for you? And so we've done a couple things to keep the benefit for Wake Up Now members in the system. One of them is we made Wake Up Now exclusive deals on scoophive. So it's pretty cool. As you log into your scoophive, you get the option to log in with your Wake Up Now account. And if you log in with that Wake Up Now account, well, you're going to see exclusive deals from merchants who have worked with us to be able to provide deals just for Wake Up Now members. Now, these are deals above and beyond what you can get from every other merchant. So it's very cool, very exclusive. The only way to get this is for being a part of Wake Up Now. You can't pay for scoophive premium. You can't pay to get the extra deals. You got to be a part of Wake Up Now. So these are exclusive to Wake Up Now. The other thing we did is we said, okay, how can we turn all of these extra users that we'll get from making the app free into leads for you to be able to sell to merchants? And so what we have is the scoop feature. What that allows you to do is go to a merchant who is not in the network. So let's say that there's a burger place down the street from me. I can go there, find them on our map, and I can scoop them to let them know that I'd like a deal. Now you can see as multiple people start to scoop a certain place, I've got my buddy scooping this burger place. They've got their friends scooping it. Well, all of a sudden there's a whole tally of people that have scooped a merchant, and they are now telling them we want a deal. So when you as a Wake Up Now independent business owner go into that restaurant to sell them, to say, hey, I'd like you to join Scoophive, you can say, and there are 45 people lined up ready to get a deal from you the minute that you go live. So what we've done is taken those people that we're letting use the app for free and turn them into lead generation sources for you to be able to go and sell the program easier, because at the end of the day, Scoophive is still about the same commissions paid to you as Wake Up Now Deals was. We want you to get paid for signing up your favorite merchants, for helping us grow this fantastic network, and we want to make it as easy as possible. And so those are some of the founding ideas behind Scoophive. Well, before we get too far ahead of ourselves as well, let's talk about what's out there, right? If we're going to go out and sell Scoophive, then there's going to be people who say, yeah, well, I use Groupon, or I use another daily deals coupon platform. What else is out there? What are we competing against with Scoophive? The first and probably the biggest competitor is the daily deals platforms. So these are the ones that you've seen through Groupon, Living Social, all sorts of other daily deal platforms that are springing up by the hour. What they typically offer you is a deal for somewhere around 50% off, which for a lot of cases is a great deal for the consumer. But let's look at that deal a little bit closer. So if I'm going to say that let's say I run a restaurant and I'm ready to offer a daily deal for $50 worth of food for $25. Well, let's break down where that cost goes. First, I'm out $25 for giving you the discount. Okay, we can live with that. After that, I've got a remaining $25 left, and that gets split half and half to the deal company and half to me. So the deal company is getting $12.50, and I'm getting $12.50, which means I am selling $50 worth of food for $12.50. You can see how for a merchant, this becomes a tough sale. Now, if you're talking about this from the standpoint of, okay, so I'm talking to a merchant, how does this affect them? Well, what we've done with Scoophive is we're saying, no, we're not going to take a portion of every time you sell, because really what happens is this is a bad deal for merchants. I'm going to read you guys a couple quotes here you can see on the screen, but CNBC estimated, this was a couple weeks ago this came out, that for every 100 daily deals a restaurant sells, it will lose almost $1,200, while the average day spa, which is a lot of the daily deal coupons, will lose about $2,250 on a daily deal program for every 100 that they sell. So say that again. Every 100 that they sell, that's how much money they're losing. If the deal goes well and they sell 500 deals, the spa loses about $11,250, while the deals company puts the same amount in the bank. So you can kind of start to see why we felt there was a need for a new deals program in this space. This is a bad deal for merchants. Well, and what happened is what we saw is this trickled down to being a bad deal for consumers, because merchants that you like no longer offered these deals. Some of the favorite places where we got Groupons early on are no longer offering them because it was such a bad deal for companies. So what we wanted to do was say, look, if we can take care of merchants, we can make it flexible for them, then they're going to offer deals that are continuous, ongoing good deals for our customers. And that's better than the one-time, never go back, no loyal traffic. So why would a merchant do a daily deal, right? Why would anybody do that if that's the numbers behind it? Well, they use it as what's called a loss leader. So what they're trying to do is say, we're willing to take a loss on this to bring in loyal repeat traffic. Okay, so that's their idea is, look, I may lose $11,000, but chalk it up to marketing expense because I'm going to gain a whole bunch of new customers that I never would have had before. Well, the stats don't back that up. Groupon's own research says that Groupon's own research estimated a return rate of 22%. So that's on the high. That's the highest return rate that they'll have is 22%. While other places have estimated that rate to be much lower. So this is from a study by Lightspeed Research. They're an independent research company that showed that 63% of Groupons are purchased by existing customers. 2% of buyers who returned had never purchased from the merchant prior to the coupon. So what that means is that only 2% of their new customers came because of the Groupon. So that's an awful lot of money to pay to only get a 2% return on your investment. So again, this is kind of driving the point home, but if these new daily deals really help small businesses, there should be some growth in the markets. Well, the only growth that has been shown in the past 2 years is the local offers network, the daily deal companies. So they have jumped in revenue 140% since 2011. In the same period, visits to independent restaurants were down 4%. So what that is saying is the places where they were aiming to help the most were hurting, while the deal company was getting bigger all the time. So I wanted you guys to have a little bit of that background, because you're going to go out there and you're going to sell this. You're going to confront a lot of people who've done this before. They may say, no. I've done a Groupon before. I'm not doing that again. I've done a daily deal. That's not for me. I lost money. Scoophive is different. Okay, for Scoophive, we have really looked at the idea of we want to do this from a merchant-centric perspective. So what we've done is a couple things. We looked at this and we said, let's put the merchant in control of their deals. So that's a little bit different. On daily deal platforms, the daily deal company decides when your deal goes live, how many deals you're going to sell. All that stuff is taken out of the hands of the customer, out of the hands of the merchant and put in the hands of the daily deal company. And we didn't like that. We think that merchants know their business best. They know what they want. They know when they need promotions. They know when they need extra traffic through the door. They know when they have too much traffic through their door. And so what we want to do is empower them to be able to make the best decisions for their company. So we've given them their own platform to be able to change those deals on the fly whenever they need. So we'll talk more about that as we go. But that's really the idea behind Scoophive, is make a great program for merchants that will make a great program for customers, and it will let you get deals where you want them. So let's talk about a few things. Why change the name? Why change the name from Scoophive why change the name from Wake Up Now Deals to Scoophive? Well, the first reason was we wanted to be able to get that brand that reached out to the masses. So as we go out there and we sell this to merchants, and as we go out there and we let other people get this app, we wanted this to be a brand in itself. We want Scoophive to be synonymous with local deals. And so what we did is we went and rebranded this. You can see we got the little deal tag up here. That's the bee flying around helping you find the best deals. We wanted to make a brand in itself that would stand for local deals. And that's what Scoophive is now. Scoophive is the new standard for local deals. Why let everybody in on it? We talked about this a little bit before, but we wanted to be able to get mass adoption. Especially from the standpoint of a merchant. If you go to a merchant and you say, I want to let you in on this, well, they should be able to market to the people who already come to their store. And so with Scoophive, they're able to do that. They're able to say to my loyal customers, they can get on this deal too, and I can turn my loyal customers into scoophive users and keep everything in one spot. So all their deals can be run through scoophive. All of their customers can use scoophive. So really make it easy for them, and it also helps us grow that merchant that network base. So selling a scoophive to merchants becomes easier for you. We've also added the scooping merchants, which allows you to turn all of those users into lead generation. Now I want to talk about a few things. So why would a merchant join, right? This is what we're getting into. Why would a merchant join our program? The first one we already talked about a little bit. They get full control of their deals. So they are in charge of when their deal goes live, how much it's for, how many coupons can be redeemed, when is their deals. They can schedule out their deals for an entire year. So if you've got a merchant that says, I'm really busy, I don't have time right now to sit down, I'm not gonna have time to change my deal every single week. Guess what? With the scoophive deal calendar system, they can schedule out their deals for an entire year if they want, and have them go live and go and turn off automatically without them ever having to do anything. So they are in full control of their deals. We really mean that. We've made a simple redemption process. So it's very easy to redeem these coupons. We've made it so that you can do it through a print coupon, but more easily, you can do it through the iPhone and Android and iPad apps. There's a set cost. Now, this is key for them. These merchants know every month what they are going to pay to be a part of scoophive. There's no big mystery that says, okay, if I have 50 people come through my door this month with scoophive and 200 people next month that come through my door with scoophive, how much am I going to have to pay? What's the difference that I'm going to have to pay? There's a set cost for them. So they're going to know every month exactly what they're paying for scoophive. We want them to be able to create loyal customers, right? We don't want them to have deal hoppers. Now, what a deal hopper is somebody who says, where's the next great huge deal? They follow from Groupon to Groupon to Groupon, and they never go back to the places they shop. And we wanted to change that with scoophive. We want to incentivize merchants to make deals that will drive traffic back to them after they've gone there once. So if you have a great deal of 20 to 30% off, and that deal's good every single day, well, you're going to start to see that repeat traffic, and these customers who were maybe curious about a deal will start to turn into loyal customers because you're able to give them a good, consistent deal because the platform is different. We also wanted to leverage social connections to be able to spread the word about scoophive to your friends through customers, and also spread the word about businesses in scoophive by letting all of our users share the deals that they love. So if you've got a place that you shop and you think all your friends should get in on the deal, you can share that deal right from the app. You can share it on Facebook. You can email them. You can let them know about it, and then they can go in turn use that deal themselves. So we wanted to leverage social connections as well in scoophive. And the next part is we're talking about why would a merchant use this? Well, we've put together a pretty exciting program that we're going to be rolling out over the course of the next month that will be able to provide upgrades for merchants that are in scoophive. So the first upgrade that there's going to have is existing contact management. So let me explain what that means. If you go to a merchant, they say, I've got this database of 1,000 people that I already talked to. I send them information. I keep in contact with them. Well, it's very cool because we have a system for them to be able to upload them into the existing contact management system in scoophive and be able to reach out to them and market to them through scoophive. So these deals that they offer, they can get those to their most loyal customers and make them loyal scoophive customers, because in the long run, they're going to be able to keep in touch better with their customers through scoophive than they would be able to do on their own. They'll be able to send them push notifications on the app. The people will be able to add them as favorites on the app and on the scoophive website and be able to get notified whenever there's a new deal. That stuff is invaluable for a merchant, that they're able to reach out and touch their most loyal customers. And so we're putting together a platform for them to be able to do that. We're also offering a drag and drop web builder platform. So if you go to a merchant that's a local store that doesn't have a website, or if their website seriously needs an overhaul, we've got a top of the line industry standard drag and drop web builder platform that we'll be offering to them, where they can go and build their own websites. And they can be able to you can also get hosting from us. So in one-stop shop through scoophive, they can build a website and have it all the way hosted, so they can get all the way from start to finish through scoophive in a matter of just a little bit. And they've got everything taken care of for themselves, and they have a web presence now. So a huge benefit to them. And there's going to be more to come. Now, these three things I just talked to you about, these are what we call merchant add-ons. So we've got the basic merchant package, right? There's the $119.95 that gets them in for a year. That lets them use their deals. That lets them add deals, take away deals. It gives them the entire deal management platform. A merchant light does the same thing, but they will not get the existing contact management. So that existing contact management feature, that is a part of the $119.95 deal. So you sign up for the $119.95, you get the contact management system, and you do not get that in the merchant light. So that's the difference between a merchant light and the regular retail price. You get the existing contact management. Then you see the web builder platform and the domain hosting. Well, there's some cost that's associated with this. And so what we do is we pass this cost through to the merchant. They pay for it. The prices are incredibly competitive. When you see these come out, you're going to see that these are competitive prices in the market. And the thing that is the most exciting about this is this and all add-on features to scoophive. If you've signed a merchant up, so let's say that this past March you signed up a merchant onto wakeupnow deals. Well, let's say that we release the web builder platform and they sign up for it. You're going to get a 20% commission for them being a part of that web builder platform. And that's going to be a monthly residual commission for you. So if your incentive right now is to go and sign up as many merchants as you can, whether that's using Merchant Lite, whether that's using the merchant program, you're incentivized to go and sign these merchants up, because whenever they upgrade to these awesome products that we're going to offer them, you get paid for it. And you don't have to do anything extra than what you did in the first place. So you get paid for bringing them into the network, and it's as simple as that. So again, a huge incentive for you guys to get out now while the network is young and be able to build, because as these add-ons come out in the upcoming months, you're going to get paid just for having taken care of them in the first place. Now you may ask, well, how are they going to find out about this? Well, there's a comprehensive marketing plan that will reach out to merchants and let them know of these benefits. It'll let them know about the contact management system, the drag and drop web builder platform, the domain hosting, all the other ones that we add on. We have an integrated marketing plan that will reach out to them and let them know about these features and help sell them on it. And for your efforts of signing them up, you still get 20% anytime they upgrade. So a really, really awesome portion of scoophive that we're excited about. Now I'm going to take this. I'm going to pause for just a second. We're going to talk about common objections that people may have when you go and you talk to them about scoophive. So merchants have. I'm going to pause and go look at our questions for just a second here, and then we'll get back into the presentation before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So here we go. Now, the first question comes from Doug Simmons, and he says, we can still offer merchants 1 year of advertising for free, correct? So the answer to that question, Doug, is you can offer a merchant light code for whatever price you would like. So if you have a merchant light code, it still works for scoophive. You can give that to them for free if that's your incentive. We encourage you to sell that to them. The retail price of a merchant light code to a merchant is $24.95. I think that's a more than fair value. So I'd encourage you to try and get them to pay the $24.95 to you in exchange for that code. But if you would like to, you're more than welcome to give that code away. So yes, the answer to your question is yes, Doug. We got a question from Troy, and he says, can you scoop a merchant that is not in the network more than once, or is it a unique scoop per person? So that is actually tied uniquely to your device. So as you're going to see, there's going to be some updates that roll out that will start to show scooping counts on the app that'll say, 50 merchants scooped. Those are going to be unique scoops per person. So that's correct. When you go to a merchant to talk to them, and they're not going to have 1,500 scoops all by, Joe down the street that has scooped him 1,500 times. These are going to be unique scoops that are tied to user accounts that will let you say that with confidence that there are people that have signed up for your scoops. So good. How do you scoop a merchant? So I'll show you that a little bit. We'll show you in the video. If you go and watch that scoophive video that I'm going to go and grab real quick, guys, as we're here, and I'm going to shoot this link out to you. Give me 1 second here. If you guys check if you are on the GoToMeeting on your computer, you're watching this webinar, you're going to get a link that gets sent through here in just a second. And that is going to, let me bump back over here. I'm going to chat you a link to this video. If you watch this video, it also shows you on the app how you scoop a merchant. So it's very simple. Essentially what you do is you find a merchant who's out of network, find their pins, and you can hit a button that says scoop. It'll let you know that you've scooped them, and it's done as easy as that. So if you get a chance, watch that video. Highly encourage it. It's a good overview of scoophive. It's a good way to share the idea of scoophive too with people who are not familiar with it, somebody who's never seen it before. So good questions. I'm going to jump back into this here. We've got some more people jumping on here. So guys, thanks for joining with us today. I haven't gotten a chance to say that to everybody yet, but thank you for being with us, and we'll keep going here. So I'm going to talk about some common objections. Let me clear a few things off my screen here. Perfect. So a couple common objections that you're going to face when you go out to sell scoophive. The first one is how many people are in your network. So if you've been out selling the scoophive, or if you've been selling the Wake Up Now Deals platform, you may have had this objection brought up. Okay, well, how many people do you have in your network? Well, we've tried to solve that from a couple ways, right? We say, yeah, we have all of our Wake Up Now people. That's awesome. But you know what? Our network is as big as your city, right? So if you go to a city to scoop them, we say our network is everybody. We encourage everybody to join Scoophive. And in fact, we put in ways for you to take your customers and bring them into the Scoophive network as well. Now, one of the things that merchants in Scoophive will start receiving here in the next month is if they are a $119.95 paid merchant, they're going to start to receive their merchant starter kit. And that's going to include a couple things. That's going to include some window decals for them, a sheet that tells them how to change their deals, how to do everything that they need to, and some other marketing material for them so that they can start to market to their customers that come in to let them know that they're on Scoophive, so they can start to create that loyal customer that they can reach out to through the Scoophive platform and be able to remind them about deals, be able to communicate new deals that they have. All that stuff we want to do through Scoophive. Those are things that merchants want to do, and we're giving them the platform to do it through Scoophive. So our network is as big as yours. So anybody who's coming to your store is a part of our network, potentially. The entire city is part of our network, potentially. All we want to do is be able to grow our network wherever you are. And by bringing you on as a merchant, you're going to help that network grow. We'll grow exponentially because you're a part of our network. And so that's the best way to answer that concern is say, we've opened this up for everybody. Our network is anybody that wants to join, and we have some awesome ways that will continue to grow that. You know, one of the common ones that I hear when I've been out working this and helping to sell this to merchants is, look, I just don't have enough time to set up my deal. Well, I talked about this a little bit, but there's a couple ways to overcome this. First, you can schedule your deals with a deal calendar. You don't have to worry about setting up your deals every single day or every single week or every single month even. You can schedule your deals out and they take care of themselves. So all we're asking for is for a little bit of time up front for you to worry about it. Think about when your busiest times are. Let's not run a deal that's as discounted at that time. Think about your slow times. Let's run a little bit more of a discounted deal at that time. Those are the times that you want to drive traffic in. Let's maybe up your discount. And you can set an entire schedule for an entire year through the deal calendaring platform. Now, another way is to say this is the entire Scoophive merchant admin is mobilized. So what that means is that if they want to go on their phone, they'll be able to go to login.scoophive.com. They'll be able to log in with their merchant credentials, and everything's been optimized for their phone so that they can manage their deals on the go. They can walk in, you know, if they're thinking about it as they're on a train, they're thinking about it as they're out with their family one night, they're out at a restaurant, they're sitting at home in bed. It's as simple as picking up your phone, and a couple clicks, you can change your deal. We've made it very easy for them to do. So the idea that you don't have time to worry about setting up your deals is it's so easy that anyone can do it. Okay, the objection of it's too expensive. Now we've made this pricing incredibly competitive. It's very easy to point to what they would be paying with other platforms to start to get going on a deals system. So you can point to a Groupon that takes a portion of every sale and say, look, this $119.95 is pittance compared to what you're going to be paying if you run a daily deal and you have to give up a portion of every sale. Because we're not asking a portion of every sale, ours is the cheapest deals platform you can find. In addition to it, if they still say, yeah, but I'm tight right now, I just can't make a $119.95 commitment, well, that's where Merchant Lite comes in. That's where you can get them on a Merchant Lite code. You can get them up and running, ready to go, and they can try it out. And once they use Scoophive, guys, I'm telling you, they're not going to leave. And you're going to be able to get that residual income year after year, every year that customer renews, because you were the first one to sign them up. That's a repeat. Give me 1 second here. Now, I want to talk to you about something real quick on the iPhone and Android app. Now, we know that mobile app developing is a monstrous task to undertake. And we understand that we are in Scoophive, we're just about, let me check here, we're just about 6 days old. Scoophive is just about 6 days old out in the public. We know everything we have is not perfect, but we knew we need to wait to get it there as fast as we can. So we've built the mobile apps in such a way that we can push you over-the-air updates. Now, what that means is if you're familiar with an iPhone or an Android app, a lot of times you'll have to go into the iPhone store, the iTunes store, and you have to update your app, or you have to go into the Android store and update your app. Well, we've decided we want to make those times as minimal as possible. So what we've done is we've built this with a way that we can push over-the-air updates to your app so that it gets better every single day. So the app is better today than it was yesterday because we're working on it and pushing over-the-air updates. So if you're using the app and you have a question and you say, hey, this didn't quite work properly, or this is something that I could use that would help me out, send us an email to support@scoophive.com and we will get those features. We'll work on them and add them in as fast as we can, and they'll just show up. So you may send us an email on Monday, and on Tuesday, the feature that you requested is in your app. So guys, we understand we're not perfect yet, but we're getting there as fast as we can. And we built scoophive on the foundation that will let us get there as fast as we can. So again, that over-the-air updates, that's big for you guys. As you go out and use this, expect that every day you're going to get an improvement on scoophive, and it's always going to get better. So we're really excited about the way that we built this. This is very different than how the last app was built. The wakeupnow app was built on a completely different foundation. We redid it from the ground up, and we did it in such a way that we can be quick to get things fixed. So I just wanted you guys to go over that with you, let you know if you have feedback for us, support@scoophive.com. We're checking it all the time, and we're adding features that have come from our users to make it better. Now I'm going to jump out of this PowerPoint here, and I'll look at questions here one more time, and then I'm going to show you a few things on the web. If you have questions, now's the time to submit them. So we had a question come in from Troy. We kind of covered this, but he says, do merchants get any type of startup kit with marketing materials for their storefront? If the merchant is paid the $119.95 and they're not on a merchant light code, they do get the startup kit. If they are on a merchant light code and you would like to purchase a starter kit for them, or they would like to purchase a starter kit, we also have those available at the prices, essentially the price that it costs to produce. So in $119.95, it's included. In the merchant light, it's a separate add-on that you're more than happy to purchase. You're more than welcome to purchase for them, or you're also more than welcome to encourage them to purchase. So that is the answer to that question. I'm going to jump over here, guys, and I'm going to show you scoophive.com. Okay, so this is scoophive.com. This is the redone version of it. You can see that this is a pretty sweet brand. It's awesome. It's got links right here where you can go and get the iPhone and iPad app. It's got where you can get the Android app. It's got all sorts of stuff for you to be able to look and find more information about the Scoophive program. Now, what you're going to see pop up tonight, this is something that we've been working on. We've been toiling over this. We want to make sure that it was easy to use and that it was simple. Right down here where it says Scoophive for Businesses, you're going to see a link pop up here in the next little bit. And this is where your sign-up form for a merchant is going to be. Okay? So that's going to happen tonight. You're going to see a link pop up here. You click on that link. That's where you're going to get to the sign-up form for Scoophive for merchants. Now, this sign-up form has been completely redone from our previous sign-up form. It's been made easy. Now, a couple things you're going to notice. When you go to that sign-up form, it's going to ask you for a promo code. Well, what do you guys think the promo code is? Okay, the promo code is the merchant light code. So if you have a merchant light code, you'll enter it in the promo code section of the sign-up form, and that will take care of it for them. That will knock their price down to $0 on the screen, right? So if you're doing the $24.95, if you're selling that, it's the responsibility outside of the purchase process to be able to collect that $24.95 or whatever you decide to charge for it, $10, $5, if you're giving it away. Because when you enter a merchant light code, it will actually reduce the cost of the sign-up page to $0. And that makes it easy. You're also going to see referrer ID. That is going to refer to your IBO business number. You make sure you put that in there when you give it to them. That will make sure that you get credit for all sales, to make sure that we tack these on, that you get commissions paid properly. And more importantly, when they upgrade, that you get the proper compensation for signing that merchant up first. So those will all be part of the new sign-up form. It's going to be very slick, very easy to use for anybody that wants to go ahead and use it. Now I'm going to go ahead and start a search here. You can see that we have a web companion piece. So this is our web companion piece for Scoophive. You can see I've got my list of merchants here on the left, which is very easy for me to navigate. Or if I want to look by map, I can always click on the map here and see it. So you can see Jasmine Thai Cuisine. I can either click here or I can click here to find more information. Takes me to the deal page. You can see it's very nicely designed. The details is it's 15% off the total meal. Here's directions to I can get directions to the restaurant. If I click here, I can also click here to get the deal now. And what do you think I do? I click print and use this deal. Now that's option one. Option 2 is to download the free app. You can see right here for Apple and Android and take that coupon in to be able to use it. But if you have somebody who doesn't have a smartphone yet, you can go ahead and refer them to this website. They can always use scoophive.com to find the favorite deals to be able to start using it as well. It's very easy to use. It's intuitive, quick, easy to use. So those are some of the features that we have. Now, I'm going to give you guys about 2 more minutes to get your questions in. If you have any more questions, please ask them now. We'll get them answered. And if we don't have any more, then we'll get off and we'll address all questions to support@scoophive.com. So I'll give you guys just about 2 more minutes. Okay, so we had one question come in. They were saying, so can you clarify, am I allowed to print the coupons or do I have to have a phone to be able to get them? So let me clarify that one more time. You can print the coupon right here. So as I'm here on the website, I can find the place I'd like to go. I can hit get it now. Okay, and I can use this coupon right here. I can hit print and use the deal. You see it gives me a nice little print version that I can take into the merchant and be able to use that deal right there on the spot without having to have a mobile phone. Now, a mobile phone is obviously more convenient. It's on the go. It's easier for you to pull up and use. But if you have somebody that says that they don't have a mobile phone or they'd like to browse it online, they're always welcome to go to scoophive.com and check it out themselves. Okay, good. We've got a few questions coming in here, so let me get these. We'll get these addressed. Now, Kelly Cole is asking unlimited locations. What if they have 500 locations? Now, let me clarify. They get one for signing up. They get one location. So the $119.95 is good for one location. They would, if they have more than 5 locations, before you go and sign somebody up that has more than 5 locations, come and talk to us at corporate. Reach out to us at support@scoophive. You can reach out to me, Jordan Harris, and we will put together a special deal for anybody who has more than 5 merchants. So if it's 1 through 5, you can sign them up on the normal pricing. If they have 5 or more, talk to us. We'll put together some special pricing for merchants that have that many locations. Awesome. Here's a question from Brunetta. I hope I said that correctly. It says, in Missoula, there are blue flags on my map. What is that? Awesome. The blue flags are merchants that are not part of scoophive. So these are other merchants that we are populating in your map that are not a part of scoophive yet. Now we want those to, what we want those to do is we want those to be your lead source. Those are places that you can go and you can scoop that merchant who's not in our network yet and tell them that you'd like a deal. You can go and see in my area what merchants are not a part of a network, what merchants are on my map but not a part of my network. You know, you can walk into a store and say, hey, did you know that your store is on scoophive, but it's not offering a deal yet? You can get a more prominent pin. You can start to offer deals. You can start to interact with your customers just by paying this, this super low advertising cost. And that's a way for you to be able to generate leads. So yes, the blue flags on your map are merchants who are not in the network. Now, Mike Andrews has a good question, and he says, how much is the startup kit and how do you get it? So the startup kit is going to be $19.95 is the cost for the startup kit. And you'll be able to buy it through your back office on wakeupnow.com, or merchants will be able to purchase it themselves through their back office. So if you would like to buy it, you can get it through your back office in WakeupNow under your office section. That'll be something you'll be able to buy in the store. And if a merchant would like to purchase it, they're going to be able to purchase it through their scoophive back office. So $19.95 is the retail cost of that. Are there any indications on the map of businesses we have personally scooped, a different color or shape? Okay, that's not there yet, Kathy, but that's a pretty good suggestion of a way for you to be able to track merchants that you've scooped. I will take that and we'll take that into consideration. And just as I mentioned before, guys, we are adding stuff every day to the scoophive platform. We're adding things to the app. So that's a really good suggestion. That's something that we'll talk about. And you may see that pop up here in a little bit, a way that you can designate businesses that you've personally scooped. So great idea, Kathy. Thank you for asking that question. And hopefully that'll be something we get implemented. Okay, we got another question. It says, when are the upgrade options going to be available for merchants, and when can we find out pricing about those upgrades? Okay, good question. So the upgrades are going to be trickling out here over the course of the next month. The first merchant upgrade option is going to be available in November, and you'll be able to find out about that in a few different ways. One is through your wakeupnow hub. So in your wakeupnow hub, there's a notification center that is built in there now in the new hub. Let me come over here. I'll show you guys where that is going to be. Right here. Okay, so you guys will be able to see notifications that pop up as I'm right here. Let me log in. I got timed out here, so we'll log back in. So right here, you guys see this notification? Well, there'll be multiple of these that pop in. And one of them is going to say there's a new merchant upgrade available. And we'll let you know what it is. It'll be a sweet announcement. We'll make sure we post it all over the place. It'll be on our social media. We'll be in emails. We'll make sure it's a big deal, and you'll know when the upgrades are available for merchants. So you can look for those starting in November. Will be our first set of merchant upgrades that will start rolling out. The SEO package, Kelly, the SEO package will be available as well in the near future. And what it is a way for them to be able to optimize their search results through the internet. So in conjunction with the web builder and domain hosting, there's certain things they can do to make it easier to be found on the internet. It makes it easier to be found when somebody's searching Google. And that'll be a part of our merchant upgrade packages that we make available to them. So if you check in the compensation guide currently, there's some sections about Wake Up Now deals that talk about some different packages. That's going to be updated in the next couple days, and that'll start to talk about scoophive packages, and that'll give you a more clear overview of how that fits into the Wake Up Now compensation plan. So guys, I don't see any more questions trickling in. So unless you have the next couple here in the next minute or so, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. I want to put out a plug for you guys really quick. Please let us, I'm going to send this email address to you through our chat. Give me 1 second here. Oh, maybe not. Support ads. Okay, I'm going to send this message to everybody. It says support@scoophive.com. Email that if you have questions. Okay, this is a really good question here from Gloria. So if we sell the merchant light for $24.95, who does the merchant pay and how do they get a receipt for their records? Awesome question. So first off, they pay you. At that point, when you buy a merchant light, you have purchased that from us. You are free to do with that code what you would like. You can sell that to them. You can give it away. You can do whatever you would like to do with that. Now here we have in the next day or so, you're going to see right here in the resources section of forms. So under forms, there is going to be a receipt, a merchant receipt that is being built right now. And what that does, that merchant receipt, here's merchant application. The merchant receipt is a way that you can write something that they can have for their records that states exactly what they paid. It'll tell them, who it was paid to, so they have a record for it right there. So check in that resources section in the next day or so for the merchant receipt to start popping up. Guys, if you didn't know, by the way, there's this Wake Up Now merchant application. We're changing that all over to scoophive as well. So this will be something that you can use to go sign somebody up. It has the terms and conditions attached to it. It has all sorts of information that they'll need, and also has everything that they need to be able to fill out. And you can take that and you can fax that into us, and we'll get them put in the business as well. So you have somebody where you don't have access to a computer or you'd prefer to do it with print, you always will have access to these forms to be able to sign them up and get them using it. The question from Mike Andrews says, can we charge merchants to get paid through Wake Up Now? Yes, if you use the $119.95 option. So with Merchant Lite, what happens with Merchant Lite is you're essentially purchasing that code from us to do whatever you'd like with it. So if you sell it, it'll be your responsibility to get paid. So we cannot have you sell a Merchant Lite code through Wake Up Now and get paid through Wake Up Now. The only one that we sell through that is the retail package, the $119.95. If you buy a Merchant Lite and you're inclined to sell that, again, that transaction will be taken care of 100% through you. You can keep what you get up to the $24.95 retail price, or if you give it away, if you sell it for $10, whatever that is, that's for you to recoup your cost that it costs you to purchase that Merchant Lite. At that point, that code is inventory for you, and you can use it as you see fit. So guys, thank you very much for these questions. This was awesome. We'll be doing more of these trainings. As I said, this webinar will be recorded and posted up in the back office. Other webinars that you've missed, a lot of them will be on the hub. If you come here, let's show you guys while we got you on your screen share. I see this was a question from, I believe that's Doug that asked this question. If you come in here to videos, okay, you're going to see a couple things. Look for the word collection here. Collection means there's a whole group of videos. Well, here's the Wake Up Now webinar collection. If you click on this, this has a bunch of webinars, and we're going to continue to add to these. And we're working on getting our panelists that are running our Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday calls to also record theirs. And so we'll put those here in these webinars. Back here, there'll also be a scoophive collection where you'll be able to click on that and see anything that's related to scoophive. And this webinar will be a part of that. It'll be in that collection. You'll be able to see it there. So good question, guys. We really appreciate it. Again, thank you guys for taking 45 minutes out of your day to be with me. If you have questions, let us know. We'll continue to do these trainings. Thank you guys for everything you do, and good luck selling Scoophive. We think this is awesome. We are beyond excited about it. We're excited that it's going to help you guys grow your business. We really appreciate everything you do, and if there's anything else we can do to help you make your jobs easier, please let us know. Thank you, guys.